Hi, in this video we'll talk about another loop called doWhile, which is similar to the while loop, but with only a little bit difference that it checks the condition after executing the statement at least once. So it executes the statements first, then checks the condition. If the condition is true, then it goes and executes the statements again. So it is always guaranteed that those statements are executed once before the condition gets evaluated. This is generally useful when you say you have a list of prompts to do, and when the answers for those prompts is right, then you go and execute those statements again. Scenarios like that, or let's say you want to execute certain statements, and if the condition is true, you want to go and you want to do it, keep on doing it until the condition becomes fails. Um, or false. So this is a do while loop. Let's take a look take a look at the do while flow. So you basically start with the statement, and if it is true, then you check the condition. If it is false, then you exit out of the loop. If it is true, then you go and execute the statement again. But it is guaranteed that the statement is executed first, at least once, before the condition is checked. So let us take a look at a simple example of the do while. So this is the do and then while. So here we are printing the value and then incrementing it, and then after incrementing it we check, is the value less than 20? Yes. Then you keep on going into the do statement. You do this and until this condition become false. So it is similar to the do while, but here in the do, the statements are executed once before the condition is checked. And also we have talked about the infinite loops. Infinite loops is nothing but when the condition never become false and the loop gets executed forever. So it is important to have a condition that fail to have a statement that fails the condition. So you should have an exit condition. If you don't have an exit condition, the code will never get out of the loop and it will run an infinite loop, which will eventually cause the memory issues and finally crash the system. So it is very important to have an exit condition in the each loop. So here in this, let's try to write while loop and do while loop, and in the Java program, and let's see the output. So let's try to, I'm gonna create a new class, while do while. Okay, and here I'm going to create a class called main. So let's take a simple example. Int x is equal to 10. Okay? The while loop, I'm checking while x is less than 20. It's the same example we have discussed in the past. While x is less than 20, I'm saying system.out.println x. I'm going to print it. Okay, but I have to increment it. If I don't increment it, this is same as x is equal to x plus 1. So if I don't increment it, then the x value will always remain 10, and this loop x is always less than 20, it prints it, and then this will go on in a for loop. This will go on in a while loop infinitely. So that's why I'm incrementing every time, and at some point it becomes definitely greater than or equal to 20, then it exits the loop. Similarly, we can write the same condition in the do while. Do, and then first we print it here, system.out.println x, and then now the condition is x should be less than, let's say, 30. Okay, here we have already incremented x up to, by the end of this loop the x is 20. If you can print it here, system.out.println before while loop, before do while, the value of x is, the value of x is, it will be 20, because that's what makes exit this loop. Once you exit, the x value will be 20, and then here we'll check, it will, the 20 will be printed, and then it will keep on doing until let's you can do 20 or 30. So let's try to see. Now let's run this code again. Let's try to run this here. Let me try to run this. So oh, I forgot to increment it. That's right. Now let's try to run this again. See, the output here is 10, 11, 12. It's printing, and then before do while the x value is 20, and then it comes and prints the values up to 30 until it becomes 29. So this is how you iterate over the list of elements. You can use this to or iterate over a list of collections, or iterate over a list of objects or anything. So this is basically another control flow statement. So for the assignment, I would like to use the doWhile loop to print the sum of numbers from 1 to n. You can pick any of your choice, 10 or 20, and then print the numbers up to that number. If n is equal to 5, the sum will be 1 2 plus 3 plus 2, and so 4 plus 5. So the sum will be 15. So if it is 19, then you print the sum of numbers up to that, all the numbers up to that number. So you can use the same thing to for the do while, but for the do while, try to print the hello world 5 times. Okay? That's the assignment for the while and do while. Thank you.